Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is September the 15th, 2023, and it's almost 10 o'clock. We're a few minutes early tonight. Becca ended her live, so we went ahead and went live a few minutes early. So with that being said, I'll slip into the chat if Joe can roll it down. I've got my mouse buried. Let me have the mouse real quick. Hold on 1 second. I've got it. Mine's not working, hon. Nope, my mouse isn't working. So anyway, my battery must have went dead or something. So we're swapping it out. And so now I can. Okay, Quilting Queen, hello Donna, Joe, and all your friends. Dahlia's in the house. Hi Donna and Joe. Looking forward to tonight's show. Hi Shelly. Donnell, having family time and watching the replay tomorrow. Hope everyone has a wonderful evening. You go have family time. Family first, always. Zandra, hi Donna, Joe, and everyone. Thank you, sweetie. Teresa Lynch, hello all. Katie's in the house. The Greenland Quilter. Sean, the guy who sews, check. I sent you a text message, Sean, about tomorrow. I'm going to be with Sean tomorrow morning, so we're having brekkie together. Yolanda, hello everyone. Missed out on Sew Becca. Been really busy. I get it. I was lurking and working over here behind the scenes. Diane Constance, good evening from Massachusetts. So Becca's in the house. Hello, sweetie. Hello, quilty friends. Rebels in the house. Pat Boo, hi everyone. Let me see. Janine, hi Becca. Long time no see. Greenland Quilter, Roxanne. Just skimming really quick. Everyone's talking. Iversail ladies in the house all the way from Florida. Sue Hancock. Hello, Donna. Well, hello, sweetie. Melody's in the house. Hello, Melody. And welcome. Okay, Sean, I'll get it after. June Billings. Make sure it comes to my cell phone, please, via the Breeze Line email if you have it. Or Messenger. Either one will work. Hi, Sue Ellen. June Billings is in the house. Catherine Phillips, a.k.a. KP Duty Quilts. Batteries are not included. Absolutely. Quilting with Helen's in the house. Hello, hello. Renee, hi. Gridley, hello. Kathleen Champ, hi. Donna, Techie Joe, and everyone in the chat. Jan, hello. And Renee. So I'm going to give Joe his mouse back so he can get busy over on his side of the house. Barbara B, hello, sweetie. So let me see. He's saying let me see. I want to make sure. Giving my calendar a real quick look. And I want to make sure I'm hitting it right on the date that I'm about to say. What I'm going to work on tonight's the preliminary, just working a little bit behind the scenes on my Mickey quilt. Take Me to the Magic weekend. And that's going to be October the 13th and 14th. A lot of us are going to come together live on the Zoom from 6 o'clock to midnight on the 13th and the 14th from noon until we finish the quilt top as a flimsy. Not quilted, not bound, just a flimsy. So basically what I'm asking anybody that's doing it with us to do is please have your 5-inch squares cut out, follow your pattern however you would like. I'm changing my layout. I'm deviating. The pattern is just a template, they tell me. But I'm going to try to get mine to look as much like Mickey. But I'm going to try to see about adding a bow tie. I think that would kind of be cute. Then mine's going to be two-sided, so I'm going to be doing two quilts. So I'm going to try to have mine all set up and ready to go. And I'll only get one side totally finished and probably about half I'm estimating on the back side. and then I'll show it in like a weekly catch up as to where I'm at along the way. So if you're interested in sewing along with us and you'd like to be on the live, either or, the 13th, 14th, or both, please email me at Donna@handmadebying.com. The pattern, I'll have one of my moderators drop the link for that. I got mine off of Etsy, and it's called Take Me to the Magic by Sterling Quilts Company. This is what you're looking for when you're looking for it on Etsy. And it's just going to be a fun sew. You get Mickey, and I'm doing mine to look as close like this as possible. I may or may not add the bow tie. I'm going to fool with it and then make up my mind on it a little bit later. And then this is what your mini will look like. They give you the pattern for both. Now, how cool is that? And this is your mini. So I will be working in the bow tie on not the bow tie, the hair tie on the mini. So I just think it would be cute to have a two-sided quilt because I will be going to Florida once or twice this year with my granddaughter for one of her cheer comps and then for her dance team competition. So with that being said, I need to have a little bit of Disney going on the plane with me and then down in the place that we're staying on site. So that's my goal. So let me slip into the chat. Janine, Donna, I love your t-shirt tonight. We shall have to coordinate. I love it. Is it not cute? The joy of the Lord. Absolutely. I think this little light of mine, you know. Gloria Butler, hi, Donna Ying. Bless you. Joe and everyone from Northeast Tennessee. Guess who Nancy's in the house? Awesome. You are amazing to do a two-sided. I love doing two-sided quilts. Sassy Stephanie over at Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter, she did a 10 Sisters pattern recently as a wall hanging. It's a little bit bigger than a wall hanging, but that's what it's dubbed as. And I blew mine up to 5-inch pieces, made a fall one, and then flip the back side over to be a Christmas so I can mesh both of them, and I'll have a two-sided one then as well. Donna, what's a flimsy? You have your own language. A flimsy, if you Google it, Miss Pad, it's really easy. It's an unfinished quilt top. And thank you, sweetheart. Letitia, hello everyone. Julie Quilts, good evening. Happy Friday. Green and Quilter, hi Letitia. Candy, yeah, you never heard that. Yeah, never heard that one before. That's what it's called. You can Google it. It's called a flimsy. It's just not finished yet. I got great news from the doc yesterday, Katie. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Okay, that's awesome. I'm just trying to catch the chat. Donna, did you get your email with the picture in it? Yes, I did, and I responded. Let me know if it came through for you. We've been having a little hiccup here on my end with the email, but I think it went through. Donna, I want to send you some fabric for dress a girl. How much fabric do you need for each dress? I'm doing sizes right now 10s to 12s. So it's about 1.5 to 2 yards per dress, because when I do the larger girl sizes, I like to give them the extra 2 or 3 inches added to the bottom of the dress. So it'll let them have it to wear just a little bit longer as they grow. And I make my straps a little bit longer than the pattern calls for. Instead of the 36, I go 42 or 44 inches and really make them so they'll last a long time. And thank you, Lily. Greenland Quitter, thank you. How's it doing over there in the world? Okay. So with all of that being said, this is tentatively what your pattern will look like when you see it. And I take the liberty to really focus and break down my pattern. Please don't mind my workstation right now. I've been doing my preliminary setup, and if I don't finish it with y'all tonight, I will be finishing it when I'm over with Sean in the morning. but I don't want to move anything until I have it laid out. What I like to do is really read your pattern from front to back. It is just a template per se, but I took the directions and changed mine from here to here. Some of my friends are going without the star. What I've opted to do on mine is I went ahead and made this star separate than what it's calling for here, and I made this one separate. I'm still going to get my rows and my width, but I did it different than what the pattern's calling for. The pattern's calling for you to cut the strips. I'm not going to do that because I'm using 5-inch squares all the way across. And I want that depth and that dimension. So I'm not going to do filler fabric. Mine's all going to be different shadings of white all the way around. So I needed to be consistent with the way that I worked it here as well. So what I can do is show you, I did take the liberty today and full width my stars. That way they're going to be done and out of the way. But this, as you can see, I'm trying to get it as close as possible. This is the star. And this is what mine's going to look like in the quilt. I wanted to build it out so that it measures for the 10-inch block, and it does. And that's going to fill this spot right here exactly where I need it to. So then this one up here, I was searching the fabrics because I was going to try to put the darker in the inside, but what I ended up doing was putting the darker on the outside. So I'll have these done and ready when we come to the table to sew these together. And I just think it'll be kind of neat to see what everybody comes up with. Anytime that we do a large sew along, I like to see what everybody does. So please make sure that you do share that in our Handmade with Ying Let's Share page on my Facebook, and or email it to me so that we've got it. We'll be able to show it. So let me sit that back there because I've got everything in little stacks. Let me see. Got plenty of flimsies. Absolutely. And that's just what it's called. Quilter language is funny. Flimsies, clappers. Absolutely, Gwendolyn. Let me see. Frank, LOL. That's what I thought. Flimsies. That's what they're called. Got it. And it was spam. Oh, okay. No. Got it, and it was in spam. Okay, at least you got my response. Save my email, and then it'll never go to your spam folder. Debt-free quilter, hey, welcome, sweetheart. The wrong way, hello, everyone. Kathleen Champs talking to Katie. They're having a sidebar conversation. Let me see. Just making sure I'm catching. And my mods are keeping the chat going for me. And thank you, ladies. We couldn't do what we do without our mods. So I'm going back to the table real quick so that I can show you, and you do not have to do it Donna's way. This is just what works for me. I took the liberty because the pattern doesn't tell you exactly how many colors of shadings or whatever you need. So I just numbered each of my blocks from top to bottom into the color palette. So if I needed solids, I put 1. And if I needed the HSTs, they're accounted for down here. In the pattern, you break it down to whatever's going to work for you. Ozark Lady, welcome. And that's what I've done. I've took my reds first, and I'm making my HSTs that's going to go around here at the end. But for right now, I'm just focused on getting the right amount. I'm not even worried about the color placement because if, like, my reds, I know I need 26. So I'm going to do 13 solids, 13 mixed. And I'll blend those together and try to keep it really scrappy. The yellow, I broke that down as well. The green, I went across, and the green has a couple of the yellows that come down in. So it's blending just a little bit, and it looks like eyes here, and it's kind of cute, little mouse eyes. And work your way down and just count out your blocks if you're doing it the way that I am. Count your blocks and come to the table with all your blocks ready. My outside perimeter, like I said, it's going to be all whites, but they're white on whites. So that's a little something different. And it'll be really pretty like this when it's completed. I'm probably going to go ahead and extend my outside perimeter on the front. If I'm adding the bow, I need to add 2 extra rows to the bottom, which means on the back side, I'll add that extra 10 inches as well. If you're doing your 2 rows of 5 inch, you're going to want to make it the same length or they're not going to line up when I put it on the long arm. So with that being said, let me get this moving right along tonight. So another thing that I do is I post-it note queen here. I write all my count down on little post-it notes. So as I'm putting it together, and I'm not really putting the quilt together, but I'm putting my stacks together along the way. So I know I'm going to need like my count of the red, my count of the yellow, my counts of the green. And as you can see, they're all different shades. Nothing, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just going to blend really well with the mix. And then my whites, it's called Cotton Clouds. And you can't see it here, but when I lay these pieces down on the table next to it, some of them have the white on white with stars, some of it's like swirls. There's all different. So that's why it was important I don't use the strips. I'm doing it with blocks. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you. So far, like I said, I've got my red, my yellow, and my green broke down. I've got to do my 24 blues. So I'll check my count there on the next stack that I'm working, and we'll just chat a little bit. So I'll see how many of the print I have, and then I'll add to what I don't have here into solids, and then when I join it all together, we'll just blend it. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Ozark, I'm from Missouri. Cool. So let me move the blues out of the way and do a real quick count. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Let me see how many I need. So I need 13 more. So I'm just going to go ahead and move a couple of my stickers around to down here because I like this ruler and it doesn't slide at all on me. So I'm going to go with my 5-inch. Where can I get the pattern? You can get the pattern off of Etsy, Miss Pat. And I hope that you would love to come over and sew with us, Miss Patty G. So let me get my ruler into the right placement. These are going to be the 5-inch cuts. So I'm just going to make a few cuts across and see where my count ends up. And it's probably like, how can you see through all the post-it notes? My 5 line is clear. So I'm just going with what my corner says here, and I know I just cut that. So I've got stack of 4, 8. I need one more. And that'll give me the extra ones that I need. And it'll look really pretty. If anybody likes the Disney theme, it'll be a fun one to do. And I always love it when the subscribers join us and sew along as well. The only thing I don't like about this fabric, as you can see, it's a little bit stringy. And I just opened that last night, but it's been sitting on the shelf a hot minute. But you wouldn't think that fabric would do that. So what I do now is just simply try to get my corners up like this, and then I'll tag it. That way it's not going to get all messed up. Donna, check Google and Webstar about flimsy. The closest it came is in a sentence saying a piece of material is flimsy, but no quilt. I will send it to you. Shoot me an email, Donna at Handmade by Ying. You're not going to get a black eye, silly goose. Yeah, I'll send you the picture out of the quilt book. That's what it's called. So send me an email, Donna at Handmade by Ying, Pat, and I would graciously take a picture and send it to you. I found 3 people with patterns. Who do you recommend? This is, I can't recommend anybody, but this is Sterling Quilt Company. That's who I'm using. And I really like it. It's really an easy read, and it looks like it's going to come together really swell. My next color is going to be the shades of brown. Now look at this. When I swirl it like this, it's got a lot of the pretty fall browns, and I just really like that. Hi, Karen. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Frank. That's tape. So now I know how many my count is based on my paper. And now I'm just going to cut my extras that I need off of this end. So this has not been pressed yet. So I know I only need 1 strip of this in a 5-inch. And then I'll press it and cut it the other way. It's just going to work for me. And no, you should not do what I'm showing you here. I just don't have the space right here to really lay it out and get it all exact. But my measurements are going to be dead on. So I'll do 2 cuts off of this to get me the blocks that I need. And then flip it over and do the same thing. So how you been, Miss Pat Boo? I haven't seen you in a while, girl. So line it up. Make sure you get it as close as you can. And like I said, I believe I only need 2, but I'm going to redo my counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll need 2 cuts off of it. So now I'll do my 5-inch here. And just line it up. I know my count, my strip is right because it's lining up at the top. So I'll do my secondary cut here. And we'll get that in. So I'll set that aside. And that's going to give me these dark shades with this. I think it's going to blend in really swell. So now I can say that set is matched up and ready to roll. Wait a minute, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you, Donna? I'm doing really well. I feel a lot better, I tell you. Ozark, hi Karen, hello Frank. You're welcome, Patty G. Yeah, there's a lot of different patterns. We just like the Sterling Company. Has it as a double-sided mouse quilt. How cool is that? Absolutely, you're getting 2 for the price of 1. Been catching up on some sleep, and I saw you yesterday. I love having Day on. Well, I like anybody being on. It's always fun. I'm good, Dawn. I've been busy making Christmas stockings. I think that is just so cool. So now all of my colors that I'm required to have for this is done, I believe. So let me do a double check here. My yellows, my greens, my blues, my browns, my blacks, my pinks, my grays. I got to do 2 gray because I'm missing 2 gray for the bottom. So let me grab the gray over here and we'll get it cut up. So line it up. And I just love having everything cut and ready when we are. Hi, Jackie. How are you? That's what Donna is planning to do, yo, Patty G. Absolutely. I love it when a good pattern comes together and it looks so nice. Don't get me started on color requirements. Oh, Heather. You are such a doll, babe. So now I'm going to do this corner, and I've got my 2 grays that I need. Mine is totally going to be scrappy. I think my back is going to be. Donna, that quilt on your chair is so beautiful. Thank you. This quilt on my chair, believe it or not, Fallon over at So Be It Quilts posted that pattern, and it's 2.5-inch blocks, and what you're going to do is just basically pull from your scraps. You're going to snowball around all of these corners. You're going to make X amount of those, and then you're going to do your 9 patch with Scrappy. But I'm not going to give you the pattern. Go over to her channel, and you're going to see it was one of her first. I think she's on pattern 3 now, maybe 4. And she does fabulous. So just check her out and see if you like it. That came together, honestly, I want to say I did my ender leaders for my 9 patches and just got those knocked out over the course of like a week during my sew time. And then I did the snowballs one evening sitting with my guild. And 2 or 3 days later, I pulled everything and just wrapped it up. And it was really nice. I liked it. So this one here, I'm just going to go ahead and stick a pin in it. And I've got my grays now. So the grays are done and out of the way. So I need to work on my HSTs. So that requires me to do a little bit more ironing. So let me get a little sip here. If anybody gets sick tonight, we are celebrating my dad's and granddaughter's birthdays tomorrow. Oh my. I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with for theirs. Their own interpretations. I think it's going to be really cool to see. So what I've done is went ahead and I have my white that I'm using for my background already marked and ready to go. And if I counted right, and sometimes we all make mistakes, I'll be able to just streamline once I get my fronts made. So let me see what colors I need. I need 2 strips of red. So let me see if I got red here. And it's on this side. So I'm going to use 2 cuts here of 6-inch, and then I'll trim it down to the 5.5 before I do this. So it is not pressed. I'm just getting my basic cut so I can press it. So don't panic. This is not a good cut right now. Let me see. I understand what you do with the tape. Great idea. Good morning, Miss Janet. Welcome, welcome, sweetheart. So I'm going to go right there and cut me off a little piece here. And then I can put this over here out of the way. So I need 1 of each color because I need to make 4 total HSTs for my red section. So I'm just going to iron a little piece of it. That way I can just cut off what I need and fold the rest and put it back with the stack. Because I may end up still doing this with this color on the back. I'm just not sure yet. And I'm not worried about being so particular on this because it's still got to be measured, cut, and squared down. So I know now I can put this over here out of my way. So I'm going to pin it. Let me see. I'm up. Hello, Miss Brenda. Welcome, welcome. Prayers that everyone is back to health. Absolutely. What are you working on? I'm working on doing the basic, getting ready to do a large sew live on the 13th and 14th of October with friends. And anybody that has the pattern is welcome to come onto the Zoom, onto the live with us and sew along. Now, how cool is that? I think it'll be fun. And it's a chance for our subscribers to come join us and sew. And if you don't want to sew live, that's okay. You can sew on the back end. But I would ask you to share your pictures of your project, because I always love to see what everybody's coming up with. So be it quilts, absolutely. Fallon is a doll baby. You'll love her creativity. So I know these need squared down in just a little bit, but I don't want to be jumping back and forth with, I got to sew this, I got to do this. So I'll just move that aside. The next thing I know I need is going to be green. So I'll need 2 strips of green. So let me see if I've got enough cut over there. I want the 2 shades. So I'm going to do the same thing I did there and just cut it off. And thank you guys for joining me. It's Take Me to the Magic. Absolutely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So is everyone ready now for all of this fall weather? I'm telling you, it's getting quite cold here. Hello, Shirley. There's 139 watching. Thank you, Shirley. I didn't have a clue. But I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us tonight. It means the world to us. Get that? If anybody happens to be able to score one of those little tiny irons that I keep burning them up on my side, now our local Walmart doesn't have any, let me know. Shoot me an email and tell me where you find it so I can get one sent. This girl has no luck with the little irons. Either Buttercup eats the cords or I burn them up. Let me move that out of the way. I want to close my cutter. Let me see. How many did I need? I needed 4, so I'm going to do 2. Pull this down here so it's in my sight. Papu, Donna is the, wait a minute. Donna is the only way to show you what we want. Wait a minute. At Donna is the only way. No, you can show it via email, and at the end of the year, what Joe's going to do in late December, we're going to do a trunk show and show all of the projects that our subscribers has sent in that they've sewed along with us, Pat. Let me see. Janet, look for it. Take Me to the Magic. Would one of my moderators please go get the pattern and drop it in the chat? That would help. I'm printing out Mickey now. Mickey is in the house. How cool is that? I'm telling you, you'll never regret it. We are in spring at the moment, looking forward to summer. It's just mind-blowing, Miss Pat. I tell you what, we had very little summer here, and it was a scorcher the last, I want to say, month. But I'm telling you, it was something. And now here it is. We're waking up, and it's already 40 during the day. Sometimes we can hit 50. It was quite cool up here today. So I've got my greens set up and ready to roll. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm not missing. Yeah, Pat, just send it to me. Otherwise, you'll have to post it on my Facebook Handmade by Ying page. Let's share. Quilting Queen, thumbs up. It's so calming watching you complete creations. I'm just doing what I do, sweetie, and thank you. I humbly appreciate it. I'm printing it out. Woohoo, Papu. Let me know if you're going to join us, Miss Pat. I would love to have you. I'm trying to skim the chats. I had to go cordless because of my dogs. Absolutely. Buttercup likes to lay here on the bottom, and if it swags just a little bit, it draws her attention to it. My tiny iron was recalled because it was catching fire. Bought a mini Elisa. Ooh, I might have to check that out. Yeah, the way I'm replacing them all the time right now, I've been doing this small one from Walmart because we're replacing them. They never last. Or little Buttercup, you know. But I can't even get it. I think they've pulled it off market or something. I just can't get it here. So now I'm in the market. So if anybody sees one, let me know. Let me see. Good day. Okay, let me see, Pat. If you're enjoying the channel, absolutely. Okay, the pattern is Mickey Mouse. Oh, Janet, I'm sorry I didn't show you. Here you go, babe. This is the pattern we're going to do. And I'm going to do it two-sided. The pattern comes with both Mickey and Minnie. Now, how cool is that? So instead of me making two separate quilts, I'm making two, but it's going to be all two-sided. So if I'm in the mood for a little bit of Minnie, it'll be this side. I just think it'd be cool. I wish I could find a mini iron here, but there is no such animal. Yeah, it's just they're a little hard to find here. In 95 in California. Are you kidding me? I would be in hog heaven. Honestly, I would. Anywhere from 70 to 100, I'm comfortable. Still 80 in Southern Illinois. I kid you not. Let me have a look, see real quick, and then I'll get another little bit to cut. I'm just curious. It's 48 right now. And our high today was 75. So it gets a little chilly here. And we get winter too early in the hills. Katie, nope. The landlord is dragging his feet on repairment. Oh no. Hold up the iron. Wait a minute. Hold up the iron so I can see where the cord goes into the iron, and I can tell you if it's recalled. I've already thrown away the little one. It's already been trashed. Donna, you will love the mini Elisa, I promise. I'm just going to have Joe help me, and we'll go online and have a look, see. I've got to do something because I like the little one for my FPP and all my little seams. I've got my red, the greens. So I want to see, the next was my blue, so I need two, so I'm just going to pick. I'll probably just pick the dark. See if it's wide enough. And if it is, we're golden. 5, that's going to be fudging it just a little bit. I think I can do it. I think I can. I got faith. And a piece of scrap here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I'll be golden. Let me get the crease ironed out of that one. I have a travel iron. Ooh. Joanne's is mini Elisa. Really? I'll have to check that out first thing in the morning. So basically what I'm trying to show you tonight is if you come to the table with all of your stuff cut out and ready to go, and these HSTs are already made, we're going to be golden, and we can sit and just have a good old socialization time. to where we can just sit and gab and catch up and have a good time. Now, how cool is that? I'm going to dub it the Mickey party. But then, I don't know. Someone will think I'm slighting Minnie. So, let's get this one pinned in. Let me see. What? I didn't know there was a legit rule. Marie Johns, there is a legit kit ruler. Now, how cool is that? So if you're still in the house, I will show you in just a second. And I'm telling you what, at first I was like, no one needs this. You really don't need it. But I've been showing how cool it is. And it's really working out well. So I just think you can't go wrong with it. So I need 2 brown. So I'm just going to pick up one and see where we're at. Need to go wider. Make sure I don't have any in this stack over here. I'm going to look at the pattern and see, because this is going to be for my HSTs here in the corner. So I want to do a dark one. The M&M party. Ooh, I like that. How cool would that be? I like that. If I don't write it down, I won't remember to tell Joe. That's what we want to dub it. Guess who, Nancy? That was fabulous. Thank you, sweetheart. Sister Chicks is in the house. Hey, 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 Di. I'm taking a break from filming and ran into your live. I heard Marie Johns watching. Ellie, I love to watch her as well. Absolutely. And I just loved your last video. You've got me squirreling, I'm telling you. And I watched Tracy's recap of all of the scrapberries, and it was fabulous. Chiquita, hello, sweetheart. Are you back from your fabulous trip? Sorry, I have to work out how I can do it with pattern as not prepared to pay $21. Janet, please send me an email so I have your email address. It's one of my mods or Joe can drop my email for you, sweetheart. I have a couple questions for you. So, Janet, if you can email me when I get off the live, I'll respond to you. Yeah, I have a couple questions for you about over there in Australia. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Miss Susan. It gets hot. That's what I need is a good hot iron. What does squirreling mean? It means every time you see a pattern, you want to do it. You could be working on the most beautiful pattern in the world, and someone show you something or you see something and it's like, ooh, I want to go do that. Ooh, I need to do this. And that's how us as quilters end up with 15 million projects going at one time. Because we all squirrel just a little. So, okie dokie, thank you, Dale, for the answer. Yep. Thing new. Yep. Absolute. And I don't even have to look. It just finds me. I'm just like, yep, gotta have it. I only need one. Hold on, honey. I can't hear you. Okay. How are you doing, Chiquita? Let me see. I feel That is too much to pay for a PDF. You're getting 2 sides and you're getting about 16 pages of a full quilt. It'll surprise me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. If I understand, and everybody has their difference, but I'm getting 2 patterns that I'll be able to use repeatedly over and over and over again. I had a fabulous time. I bet you did. I was kind of living vicariously. You had those girls out walking trails. I was like, yay, girl, you go. It was a blast seeing Tracy's video about the scrapberry gingham. Loved your gingham colors too. I loved your pumpkin, I'm telling you. That's the one I got to do next. Then I'm squirreling again. Like I have all the time in the world to pick up just one more pattern. Jenna, does the Denny water drain the opposite? Yes, to many free patterns I can do. So absolutely, I get it. I totally get it. You do what's within your comfort zone. And that's what I tell everybody. And there's no other way to do it. We can't do it all. As much as we want to, we can't do it all. And if you bought every pattern out on the market, holy goodness, could you imagine the stockpile that you would have? And if it was my pattern and I was allowed, I would say, okay, guys, let's just do this. I can't. It's not my pattern. But I'd share anything if I could. Let me get my area cleaned up here just a little bit. Mr. Joe's over there going, woman, you got a mess over there. Yep. Small area, big mess. And I know now, after I've seen what I've got left, after I've got all my parts for this, I'm going to have enough to do the back side to match the front and add in the hair bow. Now that makes me happy. Let me see. Toilet, he means. I figured that's what he meant. He likes to just mess with me, I'm telling you. Sean's a silly goose. Totally, Miss Janet. I would love to retreat. Oh, could you imagine how much fun that would be? Woohoo, absolutely. So now you're going to just do like you normally would, make your HSTs. I sew down one side and up the other, just like anybody else. And I love to be able to sit down when I'm doing a large project and I've got all the little stuff out of the way. So I just feel, for me, it's easier to do this. I like to call it like grunt work. The little tiny stuff, get it done and out of the way. So when we come together, you're ready to really just sit, chat, and sew. And I've got someone in, one of my moderators, I don't want to throw her under the bus with all the wheels, has already literally laid her pattern out, has her rows marked. She knows exactly what order each piece is going to go in. I don't. I'm just going to pull from my color stacks and hope for the best. I'm not going to lay it out prior. I was going to, and I was like, I like the scrappy factor. As long as I'm going light, dark, or medium, I'm good. But I'm telling you, she sent me a picture of it, and then a picture of it in black and white, and I was totally blown away. I am so glad that we're doing this as a weekend sell. It's going to be a blast. I'm so tired after the first full week of school. I may be heading to bed early. I get it. And I lost a bobbin chicken. Woohoo. Yep. Yes, Sean. Who, you? Absolutely. Little troublemaker over there. Trying to make her blush. Who do you think you are, young man? Silly boy. So let's get this started back up and see where I'm at. I have answered your comments too. Let me see. Thank you so much, Mary. Ozark Lady Moods. What are you talking about, Katie? Looking forward to being at the so long. It's going to be fun. It's just going to be a long day for some. So it's just going to be fun. I have subscribed to your channel too, Mary. Okay. I just didn't understand what you were talking about. So now I get to go back here and see where I got hung up without my thread, and we'll get it going again. As we all know, I'm not the only one that loses bobbin chicken. So we'll get it going again. And just run them through, because all we're going to do then is slice the block and square it down. Let's see. I'll be doing some work on the tulip quilt tomorrow, as well as working on the Fat Quarter Shop Halloween quilt from the Boo. That is going to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. You see the guy who says, yes, you're not a little angel. Um, yeah, exactly. My moderators know you're not a little angel. I lost several times yesterday. Absolutely. When you're sewing, and I heard it rattling in there, but I just honestly thought I'd be able to get a couple more inches out of this, and I didn't. And when you can hear, your machine, if you can hear it rattling just a little bit, and I should have paid attention. Let me see, Ozark Creative Minds. I had a couple of rough years, but now I'm up to par on my channel. But hope that I'll get there soon. My son and I had COVID, then pneumonia, and my son hurt both of his legs and had to learn to walk again. Holy goodness. I am so sorry, Ozark. That is sad, babe. But at least now sounds like things are going well. And we're going to keep it that way. Absolutely. Cover her in your prayers. It's a long road. Oh, we are so much better than it was. I bet. It's a long road when anyone has to go through the learning how to walk and whatever the situation is. It's a long road, and it's not just on them, it's on the family as well. Pneumonia, absolutely. God love you. What'd Sean say? I wish I was 5'7" when I fly home. I bet you do. Joe's quite tall, so when we fly, he has to be where there's no seats in front of us. So we strategically look at the mapping on the plane to find out what seat number he needs for us to fly. If it's me, I can fold up like an accordion. I'm good. And I appreciate each and every one of you for coming in tonight, watching and chatting and keeping me company and visiting just a little. It's always fun to sit and sew and chat with friends and let y'all have a little chance to socialize with each other as well. So now I'm just going to use a corner over here. Let me pull this over. And I do always press to the dark. I used to open seams on HSTs, but if it's got the white fabric, I just press to the dark. What's everyone else's preference? Joe is 6'4", and I swear, and I know you're not supposed to, he's probably closer to 6'5". He's a tall guy. I need to go catch you both on Sean's channel. Absolutely, Janet. I'll see you in the morning. I'll probably have my second cup of coffee. I'll be all jazzed up. I have a couple cruise ships to go to LA. Let me see. My retirement gift to myself. How cool would that be? What year you get to retire, Sean? Knowing you, you're all about the numbers. You probably know down to the minutes. Miss Pat says, I don't fly. That terrifies me. I love to fly. The first time I did, I was scared to death. It felt like someone, like the plane when it hit the turbulence. Yeah, that scared me to death now that I knew what it was. But on our first trip home from our honeymoon, I was like petrified. I could have beat Joe's arms to pieces. I was like, oh my God, listen to that. And it sounded like someone was up under the plane beating it with hammers. This is just a Hamilton Beach. This is just a Walmart iron while I'm trying to find myself a nice small iron. My irons keep frying. I know this year alone I've been through 5 or 6. And I shut them off when I leave them. I iron a lot. So I need to just, the Elisa, they're telling me the small one is over at Walmart. So, not Walmart, but Joann. So I might check them out tomorrow. Because this big iron, I don't like ironing with it. Do you use your press pin on regular piecing or just FPP? And do you put it on the back or both sides, or does it matter? I normally, when I'm joining sections day, if I'm opening the seam, I definitely use my acorn pin. I only ever put it on the back side. I do not prefer to put it on the front. Everybody has their own personal preference. Everything that I've seen on it, it can leave a little bit of just, you can tell you used it on the front. Let me just say that. But everybody has their own techniques and their own ways. Do what? Where are you at? This is a great big steam one. It's not cordless. This has a great big cord that pumps water through it. That's what I use on my... No, baby. Joe thought my great big steamer iron was cordless. I don't have features that free. Joe, get this woman a cordless iron and run the cable from the base behind so the mutts can't get it. Oh, Buttercup didn't get this one at all. Joe went over that cord. He's like, there is no way you went through another arm. He plugged it into different outlets thinking maybe it was just my surge protector had went bad or something. He checked the cord. No, this time it wasn't Buttercup. It just fried. So that's like the third one in the last 4 months that just, it dies. Iron companies need to hire Donna for quality assurance, durability testing. Absolutely. I kid you not, it's crazy. I love my traveling and Liso. I'm using it right now. Di, you are rubbing it in, girl. Rubbing it in. And that is so not fair, girlfriend. I'm telling you, not fair. Was curious. Thank you. You're welcome. Normally, Day, I would tell you do what works for you. I love to make my seams lay as flat as possible. Normally, I really would. I would just flip it over and run my acorn pin, press it, flip it back over, press it, and lay my clapper on it. That's the way I normally would do it. Donna, do you use an extension cord with your iron? No. Nope, not at all. No, I have a power serger right here where my knee sits, and all of my stuff gets plugged in there. I unplug everything, plus I shut off my surge protector every night. Cordless irons just aren't small enough for FPP. My little one I really liked it because I could nuzzle up into the seams and get it really, really flat. Have you tried Amazon? Yeah, I looked today. I'm still not finding the small, it looks like it's really small handheld iron. I know what I'm looking for, but the girls are telling me about the Aliso. So I am going to check out that tomorrow. But thank you, Nellie. I appreciate it, girlfriend. So let me get my tags off here because when I'm doing HSTs, I want to make sure that I got these puppies really good. Prayers for your family, Gloria Butler. Absolutely. Miss Gloria, we're praying for you. Um, I'm on my third Aliso iron in the last year. Oh no. They have replaced 2. Are you kidding? Oh Lord, women. Oh, thank you, Catherine. He has been blessed, even though, yep, absolutely. LOL. It's not the big one. You might want to give it a try. I just need the small one, and that's what I'm looking for, that I'll be able to press and get my seams really flat. Sorry, Donna. Back, can you post your email, please? Yes, Janet. Joe, can you drop our email? One of my moderators, if Joe's got it. Yeah, I've got a cool question for you about over there, and you'll have to let me know if you got my email in the morning, because I'll shoot you an email when I'm done the live, and you can answer me in the morning. And then you just square all of your HSTs down to your 5-inch, and then put them in your stack. You're not going to even, however you want to lay out your quilt. Flicky Chicky, I'm on my first Aliso. I didn't use water. I won't use water in an iron. I never have. I use my best press. I have good luck with the small Rowena. Ooh. I'm going to be squirreling over an iron. I can see it coming. I know if our Joanne's has the Aliso, I'll get that tomorrow, because I can work with this one. I'm not going to say I can't, but I would prefer not to. That I like my large one with the steam, and it's a great big one, and I get my quilt tops extremely flat without starch. Then this one here I use for just like if I'm doing a row, just to get it good and flat. Yeah, I should buy stalking irons. Well, Joe should. Yep, I've been really good about replacing them. The mini Aliso is on Joanne's website. I'm hoping they have it in stock so I don't have to wait on it, because I'd really, really like to have it for my lives. I can get by with this one, though, until I find what I'm looking for. Yep, most issues I see in Elise are steam related. Yeah, I don't use steam at all, so I would be good then. Thank you, though, for letting me know. Yes, yes, I finally did. Yep, most issues, yes. I have a full-size Rowena. It's fantastic. Yep, I just need a small one. What's your project tonight? I'm working on getting all of my prep work done for our next project is going to be a Mickey quilt and a mini quilt. And we're going to have an M&M party on the 13th and 14th of October. So if anyone is interested, the moderators have the link. They can drop it in the chats, and I would humbly appreciate it. It's going to be fun. Becca will be traveling that Friday night, and I have her blessing to go ahead and go early. And we're just going to be sewing up a storm. And she's going to, I think her boy band is where she's going to go. See them cool looking guys. Let me see. I'm not the only one who kills irons, at least. No. Thought the last one lasted several years. Thank goodness it's cheap irons. Absolutely. I've always used water. Really. I love my mini Elisa Donna, and we know how bad I am at turning mine off. Absolutely. I've made it a habit from the beginning of my 3 years of sewing. I unplug everything, and I still hit the power surger off. I am scared to death of fire. Thank you, Miss Janet. Thank you, baby. So just remember, the magic number on these are 5. When you're doing your HSTs, go to 5. And I'm just totally stoked. I may the rest of the week go ahead and prep for the back. That way I'll be ready for both when we come together to sew these. Yeah, Dad, I got tired of using my tweezers for paper picking. So I got them done this morning, hon. Becky, the power tools with thread uses a small cordless cricket iron. That is so cool. I'll have to check hers too. But I'm not going to squirrel. I'm really, if I can find the Alysso, that's the one that I shall get and give it a run for its money. I'm going to date it so we know how long it lasted. Because I have this infatuation with using them too much, evidently. Let's see here. Hi, Brenda. From Deal, Maryland. I used to travel down there quite a bit with the state. Welcome, sweetheart. Let me see. Flicky Chicky, the irons in the garage so the dogs don't tangle with the cords. Absolutely. Yeah, normally mine don't, but when they're fussy and they want attention, they'll make sure that if it's moving, they're going to take care of it for me. And have dropped it twice, and it still gets hot. I'm working on a quilt that I'm giving my hubby for his birthday. How cool is that? I got a good question for you, speaking of hobbies. How many of you have made a special quilt for your significant other? And if you have, drop it in the chat. Not a whole list of them, just your favorite one that you made for your significant other. Joe, I can remember I made him the log cabin quilt, and it still sits on our sofa. That was his first. And it had all of these, I'm calling it scrap fabrics for all intents purposes. It was, you can tell it's a manly quilt. I took my time and really picked out prints and things that really made it look rustic. And it's on our love seat in our living room. For some reason, that's just not coming off of there. Hey friends, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you, sweetheart. I've made them for dogs, but I'm single. That's okay. That's still your significance. You love your pooches. I know I love mine. Absolute. Let me see. Eagle wall hanging out of, ooh, trees. I bet that is beautiful. Made one for him and the Mignonette stole it. She sleeps with it to this day. How cool is that? I made him a maritime star for our 5th anniversary and we've been married for 23 years. How awesome is that? Not yet guitar fabric materials. I could see that day. The Alice in Wonderland I'm about to start. Amanda claimed it already. How cool is that? Janine, I have it. I made a small wall hanging that I made with panels. Oh, and pickles. That would be so cool. I made him a hand-stitched Dallas cowboy quilt many years ago. Awesome. Yes, I've hand-quilted it, and he... Awesome. I made my hubby a quilt in his school colors. It's purple and white with the school emblem and the motto he loves. I think that is stinking awesome. I have a pattern and fabric already for the hubby's quilt, just not in a hurry to make it. It's rustic too. I think I like to go back to old school. I think they look so cool. I quilted a quilt for a lady, I want to say about a month or so ago. And do you remember going to Grandma's house and you would see these, I call them doilies. They were crocheted. I'm saying crocheted, but it was like real thin string, if I'm saying it right. But it looked like it was crocheted. Now, what's that called? And they they were like, they would go anywhere from like say 6 inches up to 12, and they would put them. You know how guys would sit their arms on the sofas and stuff, and you get them wear marks. So the women loved their homes and they wanted them to stay nice, so they would lay these over the arms of their furniture. And this lady had these in her soon-to-be granddaughter's quilt. And I thought that was just so amazing that she added those, and then she put a nice emblem in the center, and then it was just bunnies and stuff, but it was just so cool. Doilies. I wanted to make sure I was saying it right. But they were pretty, and it really quilted up really nice. They were tatted lace doilies. I have no idea, but they were pretty. I made him a Harley Davidson motorcycle quilt and thread painted it. Oh, wow. That is cool. Now, that is a technique that I want to learn and master it to where it really looks nice. The thread painting. Who else in the chat has done thread painting? You can add so much dimension to your quilts. Can someone tell me when this project? Nellie, I don't understand. It's going to be the Mickey and the Minnie quilt. The pattern is on Etsy, sweetheart. And we're going to do it in October on a live. And it's going to be the 13th and the 14th. And it's open to anybody that's sewing the pattern. And they email us prior to and let me know they got the pattern and they would like to join us on the live. We're going to open that live up. And it's going to be for 2 days. We're going to do 6 hours one day and finish it up on the next. So you can come and go whenever you would like. You tatted. I watched my granddaughter do it, and it is cool to watch. I can't wait. Sorry to say I need to get up super early tomorrow, so gotta say goodnight, friends. Good night, sweetheart. And thank you for staying, Janine. I humbly appreciate it. Heck, I'm still trying to get the 1/4 inch. Stay, you got it. You got to have faith in you. I used to thread paint on my bell bottoms back in the 70s. Really? How cool is that? That mouse, sorry. It's okay. Dahlia, can you drop the link, please, for the mouse? It's posted way back in the chat, and she probably won't be able to find it. If you could drop it again for me, I would humbly appreciate it, girl. So we're back to where we were before. You're just going to grab your pieces, and I know I need green. So I should have 4 green, according to all of my goodness here. And we're going to pin these, and then I'll be able to just set these aside and forget about it. Are you bringing M&M candies to the M&M event? Absolutely. Gloria Butler, Donna, I have to tell you, I have finished a Vortex blocks for September and was scared to death to do FPP. Holy goodness, I am so proud of you. Now, it wasn't hard at all, was it? I think the step-by-step breakdown videos that really walk you through, fold here, do this, do this. I think they really helped a lot of people. That is awesome, Miss Gloria. I am so over the moon excited to know that. Let me see. I learned how to thread paint. I really want to learn thread paint by thread painting on a small panel. Didn't have to worry about the piecing and the applique underneath. Ooh, good idea, Karen. I just think it is so stinking cool to see all of this. I'm just like, whoo, that is going to be so pretty. Or, ooh, do you think I can do that? Not too hard. I haven't started Little Hooter yet, though. I get it. I started Little Hooter with the girls. Um, I'm not happy with the eye on, what is it, day A2, I believe. So this week I'm going to have a look-see at my block square. I just think it was my color choices because I'm using from my stash. And as much as I wanted it to like be really really matchy, but not the perfection of legit, if that makes sense. I wanted to be able to show that we can pull from our stashes, and do these. A2, I thought that's what it was. And it's the lower eye. And then Janine showed us hers, and it looks just like legit Kit's does. Mine, the color, I didn't have enough orange in it to show. So I think I will go back in and pick that. It's just 2 little pieces, but I'm going to have to separate the block to get to it. But the girls were taking dibs on if I would or wouldn't. So we shall see. My bobbin finally ran out. Now I can refill it and go to bed. Absolutely. So with all of that being said, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. I have an early morning date for Brecky over at the Guy Who Sews. So if you're up in the morning at 8 o'clock a.m., I'll see you there. I want to tell you all, thank you so much for coming over and hanging out with me tonight, keeping me company while I'm working on the Mickey. It's been a blast. I appreciate each and every one of you. Love your conversations in the chat. It's always fun to see what everybody else is up to. I appreciate each and every one of my mods. We couldn't do what we do without you. And of course, Joe the tech guy. Thank you, husband, for always being there at my side and running all of this. I couldn't be more pleased with how amazing you do. So, good night, guys. Take care. God bless you and have a fabulous night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.